Hello and welcome back to the one, the only, the legendary Speculation Alley. It's your boy A-Bomb here, and of course with me, as always, is my brother from another mother, Crypto Dilly. What's going on, my man?
Not a lot, man. Been a little FOMO from Ape Fest this past weekend, so ready to get into speculation, though.
Yeah. So there's been a little bit of rumblings about a potential IRL BAYC club. You want to give some deets on that? And
yeah, I mean, I think the rumblings really come from the Ape Fest drop. So leading up to the Ape Fest merch drop, there was like no information about what the merch was going to look like. And then they opened up the store at shop.apefest.com. And there's different items within here. You obviously got like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, like Matchbox tee, the crop top, some lighters, some Marvel like ashtrays. But what was interesting is coming across this sweatshirt right here. So the speculation is that based off the merch, there's two items in here that kind of allude to maybe a potential IRL Clubhouse actually taking effect. The first one is the Ape Night Every Night, no cover. And then it has the date that the Clubhouse was founded, so 4/23/2021. But then there's also another t-shirt right here. And this shirt right here, when you actually enlarge it, you can see all the different things. There's pina coladas, nachos, tacos, Chuck Norris, bunch of items. And the total comes out to $420.69, naturally as a degen, right? And
it's a pretty good deal for getting Chuck Norris.
Cheap, right?
Just fair.
Yeah, and then the date is obviously November 4th, 2023, which is the date of Ape Fest. But what's interesting is that it states Miami, Florida on the top of the receipt. And so the speculation is that, you know, potentially because of those merch items, they're alluding that there's going to be a clubhouse that's opening in Miami, where apes maybe don't have a cover charge and they're able to, you know, go in and hang out, just kind of like the Soho House in New York, right?
Right. All right. Okay, I see some of the reasons for the speculation. Obviously, I mean, shit, we've speculated some crazy stuff. But I'm gonna poke some holes, and here are the holes I'm gonna poke. For instance, this seems like a very different direction than what they've currently been hiring for. And what I mean by that is with everyone from Daniel, which I call him Dale, because it's just a combination of both his names. So Dale and a couple of the other people that they've hired, Spencer Tucker and some other folks there, they are definitely Eric Reed. They're gaming focused, you know, people, I would say, and they come from gaming developing backgrounds. So, or world developing backgrounds at the very least. So it doesn't really coincide or jive with the idea of them launching a club, unless there's like an immense amount of revenue that the company just has to just drop this awesome thing, which based off of, you know, some of the recent layoffs, I don't think that's the case, unfortunately. But I think that that would be a very different direction of just hiring, right? Like, I feel like you'd hire some of the best event coordinators and like people that are connected to industry performers like Billie Eilish or some huge DJs that you could essentially pull into the club in Miami so that you could start really building FOMO, if you will, for people that want to actually come and experience this. Now, does that mean it's not possible? No, I see the potential for it, absolutely. I know that the OG apes and the community at large has been wondering when, you know, Bored Ape Yacht Club. So I don't know. It just seems a little in a different direction, in my opinion, what they've currently have for their, you know, recent hires, I would say.
Well, I would agree with you that there's obviously a lot of arrows kind of like pointing towards game development. And that makes a lot of sense, especially with the roadmap that the Bored Ape Yacht Club initially laid out. And you can see that there's a lot of things that they've already hit on. So we're at the trial of Jimmy the Monkey, and then you have the BAYC models. Those already came out. You have the, you know, MD versus MMI, and then you have MD versus MMI final battle. The treasure hunt, you know, you have all these different things that are on the roadmap. one of the ones that really stands out to me is the fact that they have the Miami Clubhouse IRL right there on their actual roadmap. And so therefore, I mean, pointing towards that, obviously you have a lot of game development, but you also have a lot of people that, you know, this is right there in plain sight. So it's just a matter of when. And I think that's what's really interesting. I mean, seeing this roadmap, I'm sure you've seen it before. What are your thoughts now, you know, after seeing this?
I mean, I would say I think that certain elements of this definitely have obviously come out, but I also think that there are going to be some changes to be made for the current people steering that ship, because when that roadmap was made, the people who are currently steering the ship were not. So you have to make sure at the same time, like if this was the game plan and this is how everything was supposed to go, you sort of have to still make sure that the people who are now running it, you know, at the helm of everything, are still going down that direction. Now, again, I think it's very realistic that that happens. I like literally it's on the roadmap. But to that comment, I would say that roadmap, first of all, literally says redacted on it. And then on top of that, it also is something that came out so long ago before the current, you know, people who are running the company were ever put in that position. So that would be my other hole to poke in that one.
Yeah, I mean, this was a very long like vision map for Bored Ape Yacht Club, because even on the thing it says Sandbox Miami 2035. So they're really, you know, pushing out when these things could actually happen. But like talking about how that would actually play out, I mean, I kind of foresee if they do have a Miami club, obviously not all apes around the world are going to be able to participate. And obviously there's not a viable business model if it's just that apes can come and go, right? So I kind of foresee this as an event center where there's a lot of different people that you can have access to it from the public. Apes have free access to the club and they're able to come and go. And then whenever there's shows, obviously apes could fly in and they'd have access to this venue. And so as a membership pass, it really makes a lot of sense. And it's another thing that's interesting is that maybe they give lower tiered options. This is an idea that Gucci brought up, which is like Soho, you can buy a membership pass if you don't own an ape, and you're able to actually go to these different events and festivals and different things like that. And they're certainly setting it up to where, you know, they've ran multiple ape fests where they have artists and they, you know, have the clubhouse, they have drinks, they have all these different things. They're definitely capable of being able to have a clubhouse or a club in Miami, if you will.
Yeah, I don't think it's out of the realm of possible by any means. I just don't know if currently that aligns with what, like, from what I've seen them focused on. And I really don't know that with even like the current economic situation of like from the outer scope, from not being an NFT world, like, I don't know that if you had people who are like, okay, is this a profitable business idea, that are looking at the current economic state and being like, yeah, let's start a club in Miami right now. Because that's a big undertaking. That's a lot of overhead to put at risk. So I think that those are the holes I'll poke. And that's why I'd say maybe pump the brakes on it a little bit, but maybe screw me. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Hey,
right?
I mean, crypto's risky as well. They're in NFTs. It's probably one of the riskiest asset classes, so anything's possible. But tell us what you guys think below in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and turn on those bell notifications. We like to see you watch the video right away. But that's it for this week's video of Speculation Alley. We hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.